Alright everyone, today's video is really different from the typical content. I just want to make you all aware of a situation and attempt to get it rectified through whatever, possible avenues I can. I don't know if it will or not, but basically, this is what I woke up to this morning. Now, I have my gripes with YouTube, but I really kind of always thought, whatever, they don't really do all this bad, this isn't really going to happen to me, or, I kind of thought that they had problems, but I always felt isolated from those problems. I never really thought that the kind of crap that I make videos on that happens I perceive to be 1 in a million times to other people would really happen to me. Now, but here we are. I guess it serves me right for thinking, I would be immune or somehow looked over or anything like that. Here we are. This is the message that I have on the channel and that I woke up to. As you may know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow and don't allow on YouTube. Your video, "We need to talk about throttling in video games," was flagged for review. Upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. We've removed it from YouTube and assigned a community guidelines strike or temporary penalty to your account. Video content restrictions. If a video contains violent or graphic content that appears to be posted in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner, it's less likely to be allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow content that's intended to incite violence or encourage dangerous activities. We review content on a case-by-case basis and will only make limited exceptions for appropriate educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific contexts, where the purpose of posting is clear. In light of this, we ask that uploaders post as much information as possible in the title and description of their video to help us and viewers understand the primary purpose of the video. Please note, even with this additional context, it's still not acceptable to post violent or gory content that's primarily intended to be shocking, sensational, or disrespectful, and this type of content is prohibited on YouTube. Learn more here. The impact of strikes, and then this just, how I can respond, what you can do to rectify potentially, which first of all, when I click this, it just takes me back to this page. So I can't even submit this form because it doesn't bring me to a form. But anyway, the impact and then how you can respond. So my response is, of all the content that I've produced, this video is probably among the most harmless, all right? I have the exact script right here for that video. Now, I also have the video itself that I can re-upload or repost or whatever. I'm nervous to do that because I feel like they may just take this video down if I, repost the actual quote or the video itself within this. If I re-upload it again, maybe they'll strike that down and give me another, penalty. I don't know. But this is the exact script that I used for that video. And I'm just going to read, the one part that I believe could have caused this, because nothing else in any shred of reality could have caused this, except for this one paragraph, maybe. Okay, this is the very first paragraph. Okay, before jumping in, I want to clarify what exactly the term throttling means in the context of video games. Now, also keep in mind, we need to talk about throttling in video games, is in the title. Which, I'm just trying to go off of what they gave me here because they didn't give me any information. They said, please post as much content as you can in the title to help us understand what it's about. I feel like that tells you what it's about. But anyway, before jumping in, I want to clarify what exactly the term throttling means in the context of video games. In contrast to its literal definition, throttling within video games does not mean to choke until death. It means to control how quickly progression is possible, often to a very uncomfortably slow rate. It's a common thing that happens a lot of the time, and it's to get us to buy loot boxes and microtransactions. It's really common. A lot of people know about this already. So anyway, you're going to see that I searched SHIT up here. I'm not even going to say the word because who knows with YouTube nowadays. If you search another curse word as well, you're going to see 0 0. Okay, there are no curse words in that video. All right, it's not sensational, it's not graphic, it's not violent. There's the one sentence where I say that this is not the actual literal real world definition, and if this one sentence is enough for them to remove an entire video from YouTube and not age restrict it, not contact me, and give me a strike with no actual explanation, then I don't even know. I really didn't think that YouTube was like that. I mean, I guess I kind of knew. I don't know. We'll see. So that's the one paragraph. And then if you go on to read, I don't want to spend the entire time right now reading the whole script. But I talk explicitly about video games and various different examples of loot boxes or progression or experience gain. I talk about Destiny 2, I talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. All of the footage in the background, all of it is gameplay, okay? Except for on this first paragraph just a quick screenshot of the definition of the word throttle, which, you know, is I can't believe that that's possibly what got this whole video taken down and a strike placed on my account. But whatever. It's all the rest is just video games. It's you know, space battles in Star Wars Battlefront. Some videos of microtransaction menus and stuff like that. And it explicitly refers to experience gain and that sort of stuff. So this paragraph, as far as I can tell, is the only conceivable thing that could have tied into getting a community guideline strike for whatever I got it for, and having the video completely taken down from YouTube. Now, that was a popular video on the channel. That was definitely a video still gaining interest. It was absolutely something that a lot of people had watched. If I remember correctly, it had a decent like to dislike ratio there. And hang on, just give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull up another screen just to double check that. Okay, just kidding. I was trying to find the metrics on Social Blade or some other site where I could see the like to dislike ratio in previous views, but it's gone from YouTube now, so there is no data on that. I thought it would be, you know, backlogged or cached or something. But no, so I don't have the data on how many people watched it or what the, you know, the like dislike ratio was or the comment section was like or anything like that. But again, I can repost the actual video itself and everyone can see. And I'm actually going to take and let's see, how am I going to get people to see this? I'm going to upload this script, this exact script, somewhere and link everyone to be able to see it. That way they can read through if they want and understand that this was really just an analysis of how large AAA companies have become, you know, they've kind of built up this relationship with loot boxes and microtransactions, and now they try to build their game to incentivize the purchase of those microtransactions. That's all that it was about. It was not sensational. It was not shocking. It was not disrespectful. It was not hateful. It did not violate the community guidelines in any way. It really could only have been this first paragraph right here in which I just say that what I mean by the word throttling is not what the actual word itself means. Now, if we've devolved to the point where YouTube is simply going to strip off videos entirely from their platform simply for saying the definition of a word, the actual literal definition of a word in the English language, with not using it as an insult, not using it to spread any sort of negativity even, well, maybe depending on your definition of negativity, I guess if you're super big fans of buying a bunch of microtransactions games. I digress here. If they're going to remove videos for something like this, for something like that, then where does it end? Where does it end? I can't post content anymore. If that's really what they're going to take videos off of the platform for completely, then I should probably not have a channel anymore. Do you know how many channels will be gone if that's the case? This doesn't make any sense to me. And it's obvious that this was reported and then reviewed. And upon review, they expressly say that they reviewed this, and then they still determined that it violates their guidelines. It makes no sense to me. Anyway, the whole point of this video is not really woe is me, poor me. I guess actually, you know what? It kind of is. It kind of is that. Woe is me that whatever happened, happened. Please help me, you know, get someone's eyes on this, because I feel like any human being that watches that video that has any sort of reasonable sense of the community guidelines would not have removed this. After any sort of examination, it's extremely obvious that this video is in no way harmful, except maybe to the agenda of trying to get a bunch of people to buy stuff that they don't really want to buy in AAA video games. But like, help me get this out there. I've tweeted it out. I'm trying to get, you know, eyes on this from YouTube to see what I can do about it. But this is distressing to me because, I mean, it's not distressing in the sense that, you know, my whole career hasn't gone up in smoke or the channel or whatever. But it is a very serious penalty to have strikes like this. But this was a popular video on the channel. And like I said, in the grand scheme of things, this was not a video that was extremely sensational. This is not one of the videos that I would even expect to be taken down if anything were to be taken down. So the fact that this is down, that concerns me greatly, because if that's going down, then what is this, you know, where's it all going from here? What other content, you know, is going to run into problems on the channel? But yeah, so this is a video also to let everyone know that until I've rectified this, or at least at the very least, until I have gotten a description of what exactly was wrong with the video, because I can assume that it was this paragraph all I want. They didn't tell me, excuse me, they didn't tell me what it was in this notice. So until I know what it was that got this video taken down, I'm not going to post further videos, because I'm not exactly sure what the issue was. And any further content that I post is going to be pretty much in line with this type of video that I've already done. There's not going to be drastic differences. That's the type of content that I do. So yeah, until I know what the problem was or is, I'm really going to be diving into this and trying to get it fixed and trying to understand. And then once I know, even if they keep it down, I need to know what really happened. I need a detailed explanation of why that content was so inappropriate for YouTube that it was simply removed without telling me, hey, change the title because the word throttling is in the title. I don't know. Maybe, change the wording. I really don't know. So anyway, yeah, help me raise awareness for it, I guess, if you care about the channel or if you care about this, because this kind of stuff is cropping up a lot more on YouTube lately, by the way. A lot more channels are getting demonetized and taken down, and it's really, like I said, I was kind of thinking like, it's never going to happen to me. Serves me right then, I guess, but it's really happening a lot, and videos taken down, channels getting sanctioned in certain ways, and I don't know. I'd like to figure out what's going on with this, because not a good thing to wake up to. Not a pleasant thing to see at all. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to do my normal spiel where I do this whole outro or whatever. I'm simply going to try and get this form here. Yeah, nice form, YouTube. I'm going to try and get this to work, or find the form, or go through the process of submitting everything and say, hey, I think you made a mistake with this video, and see where it goes. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy.